Ladies and gentlemen, this is an inhaler. And while trying to explain some of AEW's pay-per-view here, that being Wrestledream, I might need this to explain what the hell's going on this show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling. My name is Mike Larkin, and joining me today, as always, is the collector, the protector, the break-your-necker, looking like he just came from a Limp Bizkit concert. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? With that backwards hat of his. Hello, Robert Davis. How are you?
I did it all for the... no, definitely I didn't do it all for that. But I'm okay. I'm fantastic. The pants are on today. There's somebody at my door. She is... You never know what's going to happen on Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling.
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Jenny is a bitch, by the way.
Jenny is a bitch. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
We're missing our demon lady. Granted, it is 4 a.m. in the UK. Sister, if you're watching this, we hope you pop in because we're still recording, and you could probably see that in the chat. So I know you probably went nighty-night, but get up. We got a good show to do.
Wake up, you so flake. Friggin' sound like the friggin' like we put a call into your daddy. He said he ain't coming. Yeah. Tell me something I don't know. Maldus most wanted. Friggin'
yeah.
But no, Nikola is probably going nighty night, bro, and is very going sleepy bye, if you will. So we are going to do this show. Nico, we hope you enjoy this. I know you will, and you'll see this. And I hope you all enjoy this. But yeah, there's a lot to touch upon. 10 motherfucking...
You better fucking turn up. We just need you to pull that Joe Hendry just once. We said your name. We're waiting for you to appear.
I'm clapping, though. We're clapping. So we got 10 motherfudging matches to fucking predict on this show. Right now, AEW Collision is going on because it's fucking 3 hours of AEW tonight because Saturday is the pay-per-view and nothing else has been announced, so that's good. So we still have 10. Watch, as we still go into this, we'll have like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, but we shall see. But a couple things I wanted to touch upon before we do get into this. I touched upon this with Paul and Dan on the weekly review. They were a little bit more... how they felt about it, a little bit more negative as opposed to yours truly. And I understood that WWE can be very formulaic at times when it comes to a lot of the repetitiveness with how the shows end, and I've even admitted it. But I look at it as far as this goes, when it comes to the booking, and even though how expensive it is, people are invested. People want to yeet. People want to people want to sing the Cult of Personality. People want to go, oh, and everything. So, I mean, you have the people hooked. This show, that is Crown Jewel in Australia, it was a solid show, but I'll say this right now, folks, every match was solid, but if you really want to go and watch one, goddamn it, John Cena and AJ Styles put on a fucking masterpiece. It was an ode to professional wrestling. It was a love letter to professional wrestling. These two said, you know what, fuck it. We're going to go back to 2017. We're never going to leave the ring, and we're going to put on a classic. Robert, how awesome was that?
Hey, and you know what? We're going to spam everybody's fucking finishers, and you guys are going to love it, and you're goddamn right we did.
That I'm going to say it. That Sister Abigail that John Cena did. And Dan pointed this out. That was the same sequence when AJ Styles did the Phenomenal Forum and Bray caught him in the Elimination Chamber to win the title. That was fantastic.
That shit. I mean,
right here. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Goosebumps. The literal goosebumps.
Good Lord. That messed me up. But that was great.
I think AJ also pulling out the Angel's Wings, the Coquina Clutches, and the Scorpion Death Drop, I thought, too, was nice. Like, they hit everybody's greatest hits from WWE and TNA. AJ Styles gave John Cena a fade to black kryptonite crunch like Frankie Kazarian. I'm like, I never thought in my life that John Cena would ever take a fade to black. But, hey, I was wrong. And there's a first time for everything. And I also...
I was hoping for that Christopher Daniels name drop, but
no,
didn't quite get it.
Well, Wade Barrett got Break the Walls Down for John Cena doing the Walls of Jericho on AJ Styles, the Lyman Tamer. Can we just say right now it's kind of a foregone conclusion that he's going just because he's posting his 2012 return to WWE? You think we're going to see Jericho in the Rumble?
It's a possibility. I mean, anything's possible at this point. The Jericho Cruise is booked with no AEW talent, no AEW help, no mention of AEW, period. So things are very telling. But then again, this is Chris Jericho we're talking about.
And Chris Jericho is like the #1 troll ever in professional wrestling.
I mean, suck my dick from the back.
Yeet. Well, I'll put a yeet to that one. No, Chris.
No, Chris.
No, Jake. But I'm putting my own yeet to that. You'll see a counter of suck my dick from the back, which still, I'm going to say this right now. From a male point of view, I know Conan does it as well and uses it. That is still one of the grossest and kind of gayest ever comebacks at someone to tell them from suck my dick from the back. I'm still going to say it's funny, but damn it. Why would you want to do that?
It sounds uncomfortable as hell.
It is. I need to do DDP yoga for that shit, man. Come on.
Bang.
Bang. So everything about this match was perfection. First of all, besides even the moves and the spamming the moves, besides the skull-crushing finale and everything, and the tombstone was nice because AJ Styles was Undertaker's final opponent, so that was a nice tribute in the chokeslam. But can I just say, John Cena's intro with talking about TNA, him being in the Bullet Club, that man wrote that, and AJ Styles was not expecting it, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, to see AJ Styles go, oh shit, Bullet Club mention.
But yeah, dude, it was so good. It was so
Finn's in the back going, what the fuck?
What the fuck? I'm in there too.
It was the penultimate boss.
Oh,
it's a horrible Irish accent, but
oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, folks, if you've not checked out John Cena and AJ Styles, please do and check out Crown Jewel. Now, TNA Bound for Glory, I gotta mention it. The Hardy Boys and Team 3D won Final Table. I didn't hate it. It wasn't bad. It was what it was because Devon Dudley does not need to be in the ring ever again. Devon, you could barely walk. And I love Devon Dudley, but no, Devon. No, Devon. No, that wasn't it. Bubba Ray, Team 3D are done. They gave the Hardys the boots at the end. The early elimination, too. Jeff takes a 3D, and then Matt and them put Jeff Hardy puts Devon through the table with the Swanton, very reminiscent to WrestleMania 16, WrestleMania 2000. And then Bubba does the Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, like, I know I'm in danger. I know I'm in doom. And then Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy tell him, I'm sorry. And then they both slam him through the table. It was what it needed to be. It was what it was. Did I hate it? No. But what are you going to do with guys who are 51, 48 and their respective ages? It's not 2000 anymore. So they tried. It was emotional for what it was, though.
I really, really hope people weren't expecting 1998 or whatever it was. They had
99, 2000, yeah.
99, 2000. That's my hope because personally I wasn't expecting that. But there was an emotional aspect to it that made up for the lack of what we know these two teams for. Because let's be realistic here. We're not, teenagers anymore. Our heroes are aging. And to see them do what we know them to do is just not feasible, realistic, or even they shouldn't be doing it. and thankfully they didn't do it to the point that we know them to do it. But for the emotional aspect that it was right on the money.
Oh, dude, a lot of us I even got emotional like Tom Phillips did in Aiden English on commentary. I look at it like this, man, like you mentioned, Hardys and Dudleys, like our heroes are getting older. We're getting older with them. And I look at it like this, man. AJ Styles is retiring next year. John Cena's retiring this year. Samoa Joe said after this AEW contract, I'm done. So, Samoa Joe is getting ready to hang it up, too. And, these are people that we grew up with, Ring of Honor, TNA, the Hardys and the Dudleys from their matches that we've seen in WWF. Even in TNA, it's not 2014, the last time they wrestled in TNA. And that was during the Destination America days. But, damn it, for what we got emotionally, I thought it was beautiful. And it was a great story ending in the end of the chapter of the Hardys and Team 3D. Now, Bubba probably may make sporadic appearances, but I could say Team 3D is closed, and I did pop for Spike Dudley, Brother Runt, coming in with the glasses. Yep. I did pop for. It was great to see him. Leon Slater and Javon Evans. I liked it. I know you know where I'm going.
I do.
I like
get your inhaler.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was a good match. To that jack off in the crowd when they were slowing it down for the pace to tell the story, and the young douchebag yelled out, "Do something!" Hey, fuckface, they did something.
Yeah.
Go for the ride. Don't be an asshole.
Just shut up.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up, fucking plumber's crack over here. God damn it, with your fucking TL Hopper fat asses. Anyway,
Go fuck yourself.
Fuck you. Suck my dick. Yeet.
Yeet.
One. So we had that. And what Javon and Leon did, like, these guys were nuts. Like, the spot where Javon goes for the cutter and Leon Slater turned it into a neck breaker. What? Like, everything that these guys did, you knew what you were going to get, and it was fantastic. And then the 20 time limit draw rings the bell, and I'm like, no. We are not ending this in a 20-minute draw. No, we're not doing it. And then
X Division rules, baby. Give them 5 more.
Give me 5 more. Santino comes out, we get 5 more. And then it happened. Javon had the win, and the goddamn Dark State come out and just mollywop. First of all, if the Dark State was going to come out, why did they come out during the Hardys and Team 3D? You just lost the NXT tag titles. Why are you attacking Javon and Leon? Okay, why? And then they fucking killed it. And then friggin' goddamn Osiris Griffin, and yes, I'm looking at you, Osiris, friggin' tweets out, I made a lot of grown man cry today. Yeah, you made me piss off, fucking Osiris. I'm not crying. I'm fucking pissed. You ruined the goddamn match. Yes, I know that's their characters, but fuck, you ruined a damn good match. But I'm sure we're going to get more interactions between them. I will say this as well. Tessa Blanchard and Gia Miller. Gia Miller did her thing. I was very surprised. Like, told a good story of Tessa just being like, you can't beat me. I'm better than you. But Gia held her own. Dude, everything on this card was great. BDE had a great showing. The YouTuber turned wrestler in the Call Your Shot. Demon Mother, Rosemary, got a little good of mist on got some good mist action going in there as well. And got rid of Jake something. But then Eric Young, that goddamn Eric Young eliminated the Demon Mother.
Her tweet later in the night kind of intrigued me. She said, "I wonder what poison does to a monster like Jake."
See, I'm cool with that. Like Rosemary and Jake something. I'm cool with that.
I mean,
hey,
come on, bring it.
But yeah, like told Bound for Glory, and I'm gonna say it. Mike Santana, the right call. Thank you, Elijah, and former Elias helping him. Thank you, Elijah. Because Dolph Ziggler and Kaz, the co-holders of the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, TNA's version of Lex Luger and Bret Hart, are the co-holders of the title, and they tried to cash in, but that was thwarted by Elijah. And Mike Santana winning about damn time. Like, he has come a long way from the LAX days with Ortiz. From 2017 to 2025, the man has busted his ass for the last 8 years, and Trick Williams does not need that title. Shout out to Mike Santana because he wrecked shop on it.
Big time. And you know what? The people that gave him shit when he decided to go out on his own, all the people said that he was going to flounder, or he was going to fall apart, or you're just a tag team guy. You're nothing without the other. Shut up.
Shut up.
All of you can just shut the fuck up now. This man bet on himself. He put in the work. He did what he needed to do, and he's fucking world champion. So, suck my dick.
Yeet. Number 2. So that is really all I had really with Bound for Glory. Like, again, 2 solid nights of action. I knew TNA was going to kill it, and I got to tell you, if they're close to a TV deal like they're saying, I'm going to say it right now. Papa Lark, shout out to Papa Lark. We were talking about it. Dude, keep NXT Tuesday on CW, put Impact on Thursday. Like, how cool, on the same network, same time spots, but also on a different network. I think that would work, because if you want to see what happens on NXT, let that transition to TNA. You got this partnership, you got the relationship. Makes sense.
I mean, just don't put them on the same night, because we haven't figured out a way to watch everything at once.
No. And I think the problem with this TV deal is, now I got to ask you, because Mo has talked about it in the past, and I'm sure I talked with you. Do you get Access TV, Rob?
I don't.
Okay. So that's the problem. A lot of people don't get access. So if you have a Roku TV, or you have, I'm going to just say like Direct TV or whatever, it's channel 88 for Access TV. Do you know what Access TV is, Rob? Do you know what?
I do know what Access. Okay. I don't even have cable. I just have internet. I'm not a TV guy, but when I did watch TNA, I'd watch it on YouTube or through the TNA app.
Thank you. That's the best bet. I mean, this is not the days when they were on Pursuit for a short time, the outdoor channel that was owned by Anthem, and you had to watch it at 10 p.m. on a Friday night on Twitch. We've come way past those days.
Yeah, I forgot they were on Twitch. I was watching TNA on Twitch for a while, too.
Yes. But Access was the better destination. It's owned by Anthem. You get to see a lot of music stuff and TNA. They also used to have WOW. Remember WOW Women of Wrestling, which is now on yeah, they were on there. And of course New Japan for like their shows a little bit. But yeah, that's the thing now. We get people to actually, like Rob, actually get to see it on TV now. So it'd be better if they have a better TV deal. So we shall see. But the future is looking bright for TNA. And speaking of the future, the MFTs are back on SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen, and they are donned in makeup. The Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and now JC Mateo, Jeff Cobb, all in the makeup with Solo. They attack Sami Zayn. And I'm going to say this right now. Yes, I know there's no explanation as to why he's a babyface again, but I am so happy that Nakamura is back as a babyface with his actual music. And people were complaining about that. It's like, why is he back? Okay. When Shinsuke Nakamura debuted in the WWE and NXT at NXT TakeOver Dallas, who was his opponent and who was the open challenge? Sami
Zayn.
Yes, it's a throwback. It's called a throwback, ladies and gentlemen. So stop the fucking bitching again. I swear, the IWC. But they attacked Nakamura and Zayn, and then it happened. The Wyatt Six retained against the Street Profits, and then we had the stare down with the Wyatt Six and the MFTs. Solo and Nikki Cross were face-to-face there. Well, face to sort of, because how small Nikki is, but she's Spidey. I love it. Yeah. So Solo mouths to Nikki Cross, tell Howdy I'm looking for him. The Wyatt Six and MFTs, I've said this to you, and I've said this to Nicola. This pairs in comparison. Wyatt Six have beaten everybody. This is a fresh new match. It's cool. And they teased this like a month ago when they were all in the back together and Eric Rowan looking at them with the fucking hammer. It's perfect. I even complained because friggin' Dave Scheer, not Dave Meltzer, clean your fucking office. You're welcome, Nicola. I did it for you. So Dave Scheer and Mike Epsenhart were like, well, this is Mike Epsenhart. Well, if you didn't watch New Japan because it's a niche product, you wouldn't know that it was the Gorillas of Destiny. You would just think it's just the same guys putting on makeup. Bro, WWE mentions New Japan. When Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa came in, they mentioned the Gorillas of Destiny. This is not back in the Vince era where everything else but WWE doesn't exist.
These guys didn't just pop up out of fucking nowhere. They came from somewhere.
Yes.
They talk about Bullet Club. They talked about Gorilla Destiny. They talked about where these guys came from.
Perfect example. Did you notice in the promo when Solo was big at building them up for everybody to come back? He mentioned Jeff Cobb in Japan as the open weight champion. Like, come on, man. Like, really? And then, of course, Dave Scheer with the Wyatt Six because, oh, God, they're still the time. First of all, it makes sense. The undefeated team against the new team that is just ready to rip ass and take names. Solo wants the U.S. title. He wants them to have the tag titles. It works. It's two strong groups going against each other. Let it fucking marinate.
It keeps the MFTs away from the whole
bloodline thing.
Away.
Yes, and it's perfect.
It's fine.
Come on. Stop.
Calm down, Dave.
Calm down, Dave. Well, Dave is also in his 60s. That's what happens when you're in your 60s and you don't fucking get it. Like, the audience is not targeting you. People like you may not like it, but people like us, we get it and we like it. Let us enjoy it, fucker. You fucker. So, with that being said, we also had a well-deserved heel turn because, man, they were not doing anything with her. Zelina Vega, who is now with her real-life husband, Aleister Black. Aleister Black beat Damian Priest in the last man standing match after a black mass. This man threw a fireball in Damian Priest's face. How excited are you to see Aleister and Zelina together? Because this is much needed for Zelina.
That's the new Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
I was waiting for that.
God damn.
Even freaking people. The people are just like, oh, why do we need Karrion Kross and Scarlett when we got Aleister and Zelina Vega? It's completely different. Oh,
I hate it sometimes. I really fucking do.
What, the IWC? Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. But this is perfect. We put them together, and also it gives something for Zelina to do because after she lost the U.S. title, it went nowhere.
Yeah, and in the interview, she's always talked about how difficult it was to be a babyface, and we get it. It's hard. It's really hard. It's a lot easier to be a heel. It's a lot easier to be a bad guy. So, I mean, this is right up her alley. I mean, given the whole, gimmick, the dark gimmick and stuff, that might be a little bit different for her. But I think she'll play right into it, and she's going to do really well.
I agree. I mean, watching her as Rosita in TNA with Sarita never really was the dark character. She was just kind of like the feisty Latina that, wasn't afraid to get scrappy. And I think it worked perfectly with her. I mean, I remember even when she was in Mexican America with Hernandez. Can't do the whistle as good as him, but shout out to Hernandez and Arkia and Sarita. They were Mexican America. They were feuding with Inc. Shannon Moore and Jesse Neal and whatnot. Like that, those times, even when she, oh God, Nico's gonna pop for this, and I'm sure you will if I bring this image to everybody's people's head. When Sarita and Rosita tried to seduce Eric Young to not marrying ODB, and they were wearing their lingerie, and then ODB's like, "Bam!" and pulled down her wedding.
Yeah,
wedding dress. Oh boy.
But
yeah, she's come a long way since then, but I think she'll fit right into it. You can tell she'll fit right into it.
Yeah, she's definitely going to do really well.
Now, speaking
I'm excited for it. Just stop calling them Scarlet.
Stop calling Scarlet Fox. The other thing I have to put out there, Rob, I know we'll be predicting this next week, but for the freaks, for the weirdos, and for the outcasts, Tatum Paxley, I know you and me, and well, me too. I'll put myself into this category. The Mortal's a little weird. So the Tatum Paxley won the Battle Royal and is now going to face JC Jane for the NXT Women's Championship. Dude, I am so happy for Tatum Paxley.
How wholesome was it when Lyra, the tongue ain't working very well, came out to celebrate with her? That was cool.
Very much
wholesome AF.
Well, here's the thing. You also tell the story of, Izzy is like, hey, Lyra turned on you. She abandoned you. We at the Calling love you. And they found a great story for Tatum. And this girl has been working for 2 years plus. I'll get more into it next week. But for 2 years plus, this girl who was really nobody. She was just the girl with the nose guard who had a broken nose that was with Ivy Nile. And then she reinvented herself. She was actually acting like herself. She was this obsessed chick who was obsessed with Lyra Valkyria, turned on Lyra Valkyria, then was a heel. And then her and Lyra got back together. And then her and Shotzi and Gigi Dolan were a thing. And they were the freaks. And this tells perfectly when Tom Phillips on the mind. When Vic Joseph said, like, hey, can she beat the ghosts of her past? Because if you remember, JC Jane called her a freak. She's the mean girl. She's the pretty girl, and they're freaks. So it works perfectly. And the other thing I had to ask you, they did a promo on it this week. Do you like Lainey Reed and Toxic Attraction now? Not Toxic Attraction, Fatal Influence.
I think it's a good fit.
Better than Jasmine X? Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I think it's kind of hard to say right now, but Jasmine was coming into her own. She started being on TV more. She started doing a lot more, and then she didn't because she's gone. But I thought Jasmine was starting to really find her place, but then she's gone. So I think it's kind of early to tell if Lainey Reed is a good fit, but I mean it's off to a good start.
And are you excited for Blake Monroe and Sol Ruca with that Zarya attention? Because Zarya eliminated herself in the Battle Royal. And this woman used a hair pick right to the throat of Zarya to win this week, that being Blake Monroe. A hair pick to the throat. This woman is a savage. But yeah.
Little bits and pieces of the woman from hell is coming.
Yes.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Agreed. And then the nerds, as Robert and the Good Brothers call them, the nerds online were just like, oh God, Blake Monroe when she came here and they're doing this. I'm like, well, they're starting to put Mariah May in there with the Woman of Hell. We saw it with Jordan Grace. Now we're showing it even more. It's like, hey, she's this pretty girl that's glamorous, but she can also kick your ass and take your name. So
yeah,
you have
and probably take your soul. Nicola
and put you in a hole.
That's Nicola shit. Shit.
We're not associating taking your soul with Blake Monroe.
It just got warm in here. Fuck.
Oh boy.
But lost my train of thought.
No, you're fine.
Sol Ruca. I just want to shout out the Soul Snatcher on Mara Sade. I saw the clip. that. I mean, this move has literally turned into an RKO. She hit that shit out of no fucking where.
Perfect.
Perfectly.
Perfect. If she doesn't get hurt again, she's going to be something. Like, for
my God.
dude.
And where did they pull her from? Gymnastics?
She was like a gymnast. She was
Yeah.
yeah.
What an incredible transition. She's done amazing.
And she's like, I didn't know anything about wrestling. I'm thinking they want me to do UFC, and they're like, no, like you would be very good at this wrestling thing. Hello, Charlotte. She was a gymnast, and now here's Charlotte. Like you do very well here, Soul. Do it. Like do it. Like, come on, come on, Soul. Come on. And it's perfect. She's for someone who's only been in the business for such a short period of time. She's killed it. All these girls, like on NXT, is just fantastic. Like that's all really you can say. Like the women's division has been fucking killing it.
Absolutely.
And
very
the division. And Matt Cardona putting over Josh Briggs this week was also very nice. I will shout out that. Matt Cardona's pop he got when he came out. Holy shit.
He's just putting people over left and right, that Zack Ryder.
Can you
put over Killer Cross? Puts over Josh Briggs.
Yep. Did you notice that it's funny that Vic Joseph mentioned it on NXT? Can you believe it's been 10 years since he's wrestled on NXT? With the friggin' Hype Bros and Mojo Rawley.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, that was pretty much the week, man. And we got NXT next week. One final thing. We mentioned the releases as well because there was a lot from Evolve, Stevie Turner, and so many people from that list. A lot of great talents too, but I mean, it is what it is. Cuts do happen. But one name in particular I want to mention is that boy from the West Side. Wesley got released from the WWE. And it's actually funny that we mentioned him because guess who's going to be on NXT next week in the semifinals of that speed tournament to see who's going to face El Grande Americano?
I'm going to guess one of the Rascals.
Zachary Wentz. He's in the tournament. That's why I laughed. I'm like, of course Wesley gets released, and here's Zachary Wentz going to be in the fucking speed tournament to face El Grande. Oh, that was funny. Perfect. Timing is something, but
yeah, because I was hearing this Trey Miguel. He's been wrestling Ethan Page.
He wrestled Ethan Page on a house show. Yeah,
on a house show, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then what? All right. So Wesley, the last time we saw him, he had a brief feud with Javon. Of course, the heel turn when he turned on the Rascals and he faced Zachary Wentz. Then they put him with Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont as a part of High Rise, and he was managing them, and he managed them on Evolve. He had one Evolve match against Cappuccino Jones, who's a part of the WWID program, and then Wesley got released. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I said this to you, and I mean this with no disrespect, and I love Wesley, and I said this to Robert, and I'll say this on here. When you have Javon Evans, do you really need Wesley? And I don't mean that with disrespect, but Javon Evans has been fucking incredible.
That boy
bouncy. And now, as we saw on Twitter, he's going back to the Desmond Xavier name, and I love Beer. Shout out to Beer on Max Wrestling, but that boy, hi Beer. That boy ain't going to AEW. He's going back to TNA with the Rascals. It doesn't make sense if he doesn't go back with the Rascals. His boys are.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him going anywhere but TNA. It makes the most sense.
Oh yeah, and for Stevie Turner, I even said this to the guys. I don't see her in AEW. I honestly, when you have women like Harley Hudson and some of the girls from the UK over there on the Knockouts division now, I think she'd thrive in TNA.
100%. 100%.
We will see, folks. But yeah, with that being said, now that we got through all of that, let's get into AEW Wrestledream. The Inhaler is here. There's a lot to talk about. Let's see what happens. Now, as I'm looking at this, no new matches have been announced as Collision has gone off the air. Thank Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. So we'll start with the matches that are on the... All right, wait a minute here. We used to have friggin' the kickoffs, the 0 hours. Now it's the tailgate brawl again.
That tailgate brawl.
Why? What is with the name change? The tailgate brawl. Fuck. Why? Well, honestly, why? Why, Robert?
Because you have a tailgate when you're dreaming about wrestling, apparently.
Is this like the old school DiBiase party that Ted DiBiase? First of all, Ted DiBiase Jr. went from being the son of the $1 Million Man to like, hey, I'm one of the people with the DiBiase posse tailgating in the crowd. Okay, sure, whatever you say. Now he's tailgating somewhere else. But I'm So we'll start with this match because sure, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron against Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne. Okay. So Willow Nightingale joined up with Jet Speed to go against FTR because, hey man, what Beth Phoenix is my idol. You don't do that to Beth. And then they're beating up friggin' FTR, right? And then Megan Bayne is their insurance policy. And of course, with Megan Bayne, you get Penelope Ford. And then Willow Nightingale's been feuding with Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne. And then, of course, the Triangle Madness are in there, and there's multi-matches. And, oh, hey, Harley Cameron, you're cool with everybody, so you're going to be inserted into this. And then, out of friggin' nowhere, it's just like we're going to have this tag team match, and it's just like, fine, I guess, whatever, okay. And Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford are with FTR now, and they're now the top gods.
Fuck.
Why? Fucking why? Like, we said this in the chat. How do you ruin FTR? I know that Edge, Adam Copeland, is filming whatever the fuck he's filming, and Christian Cage is like, all right, we're going to finish the Nick Wayne feud because that never fucking finished. But for God's sake, the top gods? Oh, God, it sucks. So in this particular scenario, flip a coin. I'm just going to go with the baby faces. Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron over Penelope and Megan Bayne. Rob, who you going with, man?
It's the same. Yeah. I mean, what else is there really to say about this?
Whatever. And I'm sorry, but God
Next match.
Okay. Next match on the tailgate, we have, oh God, FTR versus Jet Speed.
God damn.
So Jet Speed decided, hey, you will not pick on our girl Willow Nightingale because, Jet Speed, who was feuding with the Hurt Business and they wanted the tag titles, but now that they're going to be the good guys, the babyface team to step up against FTR, all right, because, again, Adam Copeland's out and Christian has to go back to feuding with Nick Wayne, so we can't, whatever. So FTR and Jet Speed got the win over them on Collision a few weeks ago. Like, they pinned them, and FTR, just FTR. Rob,
FTR. So I mean, and we can talk about this for probably hours in a story form aspect. That what the fuck is going on here, because we have no idea. I don't think Tony does either. But the wrestling is going to be good. We know the wrestling is going to be fantastic. This match is going to be what the kids call a banger. It's gonna bang on multiple stars.
Bang, if you will.
Cosmic galaxies, if you will.
First of all, Chris Statlander and Tony Storm I know he didn't see it yet, but this promo tonight, they literally undressed. To intimidate each other, they stripped down. And friggin' they went to the ring and they fought. And then Tony Storm was like, hey, hit me with the belt. Chris Statlander, no. Chris Statlander, hey, Tony, hit me with the belt. No. And then she kissed her on her forehead, that being Tony to Statlander, and just walked out the ring. You know what? I'm hooked. You got me hooked. All right? Say less. Kiss on the forehead, lesbianist vibes, and just two women that want the title, boy.
Well,
okay.
Let's go.
Let's go to the main show. All right. We'll start with this one since we did mention women's, and then we'll get to Statlander and Tony. Jamie Hayter goes one-on-one with Thekla. Okay, so about 5 months ago, Jamie Hayter got attacked by a debuting Thekla, and Jamie Hayter got hurt. So months later, she came back and attacked Thekla with Queen Aminata in the Triangle of Madness. And then they had these multiple women matches, which included Willow Nightingale and Queen Aminata and Harley Cameron and all these people that we've been seeing out the wazoo. And then next month, we're going to have them in a War Games because, the first ever women's War Games match. And then Thekla last month was like, hey, I want the women's title. And then Jamie Hayter's like, well, I never got a rematch for the title. And then Statlander's like, hey, I want the women's title. And then Tony Storm's like, I'll fight you all. And then Chris Statlander won the women's title. And now Jamie Hayter and Thekla are like, hey, remember 5 months ago when you debuted and you beat me up? Yeah, now we're going to have a match on Wrestledream. Go. I hope you guys all got that. So with that being said, if they're going to do this War Games next month, I'm going to say Thekla, but it also makes no sense since Jamie Hayter got beat up 5 months ago and then she got her revenge, and I think it's time for her to get the revenge, and Jamie Hayter hasn't won a match in forever, so flip a coin. I'm just going to go Jamie Hayter just because, but I think Thekla, but I'm going to go with who I want. Rob, Jamie Hayter or Thekla?
Yeah, I think you got to go Jamie Hayter here because I mean, it was kind of unfortunate that she did get hurt on, Tekla's debut.
Yeah.
But it makes the most sense if you want to get Jamie Hayter going again with her Daphne-looking self. You got to give her the win here. It makes the most sense.
Her Daphne-looking self. Oh, why?
Uh-oh.
What, Ruggy? Why? When she came back, I'm like, why you got your hair like that? Like, what happened to like her OG look? Why? Why are you dressing like that? She looks like Becky Lynch mixed with Daphne. Like, what are we doing? What is this?
I mean, I remember when she had, the half blonde hair and the half black hair, and
What?
she was a menace in New Japan or Stardom.
Stardom, yeah.
Yeah. And now she's here. I mean, cool. If she's cool with it, I'm cool with it. But if we want to get Jamie Hayter going again, I think she's gotta beat Tekla here.
And it doesn't hurt if Tekla loses. It really
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Speaking of, we'll go to our next match here. Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe for the AEW TNT Championship. Okay, so Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe had this match, right? And Mark Briscoe was like, hey, I want the TNT Championship. We've had these multiple matches in the Continental Classic. But then we got steered away because, you see, Wardlow got hurt, and it was supposed to be Wardlow and Hangman Adam Page for the AEW World's Heavyweight Championship. But Kyle Fletcher also took out Kenny Omega, who should be in this match, but we're not going to get it because of Kenny Omega's health, so they want to have him better for that. And Kenny Omega's over here in a feud with Jack Perry, which we'll get to in a few moments here. But Mark Briscoe was like, hey, man, I still want that AEW TNT Championship match. And Kyle Fletcher said, oi, bruv, mate, you're going to get it. And so now we're going back to this feud when it should be Kenny Omega, but we're going to go back to Mark Briscoe. And Mark Briscoe was feuding with MJF, so we had to have a stopgap there. So here we are. Wrestledream, go. With that being said, Kyle Fletcher retains over Mark Briscoe. Rob, Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, I mean, goddamn, I couldn't come up with a better summary if I wanted to. That was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, Kyle Fletcher all the way. Mark Briscoe has proven himself, though, time and time again. He's definitely won a lot of people over, especially in the TSK. Or he's won our very own Kyle over. Who the fuck is Kyle?
Who the fuck is Kyle?
People are starting to get behind Mark again, which is cool because, he was eating L's left and right for a good while there, especially in the Continental Classic tournaments. But it's kind of good to see Mark get these opportunities again because we know he's capable and we know what he can do. This match again, another banger. Did we really need it though? Probably not.
But you agree it should be Kenny Omega in this spot.
100%.
But when you brainbuster somebody through a table, that's your opponent. But no, but yeah. Now I agree with you. I still go with Kyle Fletcher. Now we did have the Stevie Richards thing that pissed a lot of people off, and I said, I know.
Fuck Stevie Richards.
Here's what I say: does WWE have the best as far as the Performance Center goes? Yes, but I've even said this with TNA and everybody. Whatever company you're in, but wrestling especially, at least you can still learn from people. Like if you're in TNA, you have a lot of people in the locker room to learn from. Same with AEW. I think a lot of them are indie mindseted, but it's not like you don't have people there that can tell Kyle Fletcher, hey, Kyle, work the camera over here a little bit more. Hey, Kyle, why don't you slow down a little? Like you have people that can tell you that.
I mean, it's kind of disingenuous to the people that work at AEW
right.
to say that he has nobody to learn from because you've got Dustin Rhodes, and that's another subject for another time.
Yeah.
You've got MVP. MVP's even said that Kyle's come to him before.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Bryan Danielson, literally
right there,
one of the best wrestlers, ever. You've got Jerry Lynn, you've got Dean Malenko, you've got Cassius Ohno, Chris Hero.
Yeah.
To say that there's nobody he could learn from is just utter bullshit.
Exactly. Like you have people that are there, Stevie, that can say, hey, Kyle, let's work the camera a little bit over here more. How about you just slow it down a little bit, sell the move a little bit? You can still tell people that. You have people there that can tell, hey, Kyle, how about you slow it down just a little? You know what I mean?
And, Kyle was even nice in his response.
You even told him what you said.
I would have told Stevie to go fuck himself, but, I'm just a random guy on the internet.
No, you're fine. And I mean, let's not get it wrong. Stevie Richards has done a lot for the wrestling business. He has. I'm not denying Stevie Richards' body of work, but Stevie, like you have people you can listen to in your company. It's your choice to listen to the wisdom, though. You know what I'm saying? So
100%. And I think Kyle's done a great job because if you look at where he was before the whole Protostar thing took off to where he is now, that's a different Kyle Fletcher.
I always said when he came in with Mark Davis, there was like zero reaction for those who don't watch New Japan. And him and Mark Davis are a great team. I thought Aussie Open was a great team.
My God.
They were a great team.
They were fucking fantastic.
But ever since he shaved the head and if he's found a character for himself, I think he has the ability to be a future AEW World Champion. You know what's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
But fuck, man. Like, yeah. But in this particular scenario, Kyle Fletcher over Mark Briscoe, whoever defeats him, if it's Omega, whatever, but still, I think there's a long run with Kyle as the TNT champion. So we go from Kyle to the AEW World Tag Team Championships, as it is Brodito, Bandito, and Brody King versus the Don Callis family, Kazuchika Okada, and Konosuke Takeshita. Now, I don't need my inhaler for this one because this actually is very simple to discuss. So Okada and Takeshita beat them in an eliminator match, and here we are. I think the underlying thing that's going to be here is, first of all, congratulations to Konosuke Takeshita for winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Zack Sabre Jr. I'm going to clap it up. I'm very happy for Takeshita.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's going to make Okada jealous. We've already seen the tension with Okada and Takeshita. You know we're going to get the babyface run at Takeshita, and we're going to get Takeshita and Okada. That's what everybody in AEW wants to see. They want to see Takeshita versus Okada.
Going to bring that belt and put it in Okada's face, and Okada's going to call him a bitch.
Yes.
You know they're gonna have a match. It's gonna be beautiful.
But you know that's the direction they're going, and this one is going to be another one. Even though for such short notice in its own right, it still hinders off of Okada and Takeshita, that type of vibe there, and can they coexist? So
absolutely, and Brody and Bandito, who would have thought? That's such a fun team.
It is. Now, if you're Jim Cornette, it's not a fun team. Okay. Goddamn Burger King, stupid motherfucker! Goddamn you, Brody King, fucker! But he calls him Burger King. I'm like, was he the Gothic Burger King with the tattoo?
Good Lord.
God, friggin' I want a Whopper, goddammit. Anyway, I digress. Just don't go to Dairy Queen. With this particular scenario, dude, I've been loving Brodito as a team. Who'd have thunk it? Because Buddy is still out injured. And even though they've moved him away from the House of Black, this works. And Julia Hart's doing her thing with the Triangle Madness. So Brodito's going to retain. More Okada and Takeshita. Rob, who you go with?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's Brodito, 100%. You know, they're on a roll right now, and it's good. It's good.
It's good. By the way, speaking of on a roll, out of all the tag teams, this also came across my thing that actually made me laugh. So Isla Dawn wrestled Megan Bayne on the Scotland show before All Out, and what I thought was very funny about it too is the fact, the Forbidden Door. I'm sorry, because Forbidden Door was in the UK. So Isla Dawn is now on Ring of Honor, and did you see the tag team that she's managing?
The Grizzled Young Vets.
Where the fuck did this come from? I don't mind it. It's NXT UK, there, but that's cool. Give her something. Give her something.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it at all. They're actually really close in real life. So, I'm not 100% shocked about this, but if they make this a thing, I'm all for it. And, work it on Ring of Honor till it gains some steam. Bring that shit over to Dynamite, because the Grizzled Young Vets, they came back to the independents with so much fire and the drive and the goddamn promos of them walking down the alley in their suits. And it was good. It was good. It was really good. And then they just fucking disappeared for the long time.
Those guys, don't get me wrong. I like them with Joe Gacy and the Schism, but I don't blame the guys. It's like, all right, the Schism thing has run its course. Let's go back to being the Grizzled Young Veterans. The longest reigning NXT UK tag champs, and WWE was like, no, we want you the cult.
It wasn't for them.
No.
And that's fine.
You know what this team kind of reminds me of? Remember NXT UK when, all right, Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews were a team, and then they put Danny Luna, who's now in TM. They were Subculture. That was not bad. It was good.
Exactly. And this could be something like that.
So we shall see. But speaking of something like that show, that show, it is the rubber match. It is a trios match. We hurt people. The Hurt Syndicates, Bobby Lashley, BBC Shelton, and the fact that Shelton Benjamin actually acknowledged it when Maven was talking about the scammer that pretended to be him on his YouTube channel, and Shelton Benjamin literally yelled at the end of it, "Stop talking about my dick!" I'm like, all right. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. I'm good, man. So So if you didn't see, Shelton Benjamin was reacting to Maven talking about the scammer that was scamming people, and Shelton's like, "You don't mess with Maven," and then at the end you just go, "Stop talking about my dick." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" So BBC Shelton, Bobby Lashley, and MVP against the Demand, Ricochet, aha, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona. So tonight on Dynamite, with the distraction of Ricochet and Ricochet taking out Shelton Benjamin, we're going, the Gates of Agony beat the Hurt Business, right? So this is the rubber match between them. We saw the street fight with Ricochet taking that sweet ass German suplex through a table. We saw them get the win at the last pay-per-view by cheating as well and doing the nefarious means. Made sense. So if this is going to be the rubber match and this is going to end it all, I got to go with the Hurt Business. We hurt people to beat the Demand. Rob, who you going with?
Yeah, we're going Hurt Business because we hurt people.
We hurt people.
It just makes the most sense.
I mean, have you been enjoying this feud, even though it kind of came out of nowhere?
I like it. It's something different for the most of the guys involved, mainly Ricochet, because he's done this character for so long, and when he came to AEW, it's like, okay, like a heel turn wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's see if he can pull it off. People say he can't talk. Well, there's only one way to fix that. Give him a fucking mic. Let him talk. People hate it. People hate when this man talks. I think he's doing a fantastic job.
Do you also like the fact that, and we always joke about, hey, remember that time, the fact that Ricochet let it simmer for 8 months before he got his revenge on MVP for treating him like a cuck?
That's the ultimate level of petty right there.
I mean, it's something, because we have been complaining, like, after the Swerve feud and after the Mark Briscoe feud, he was just floating. But, I mean, they found something with him and GOA, so, I mean, good on him. But, yeah, I think it's going to be good. Like, they've showed the chemistry. Ricochet and MVP have history from WWE during the pandemic era, so we shall see. Now, speaking of that, we will go to our next matchup. It is Jurassic Express, Jack Perry, and Luchasaurus against the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, with the winner receiving a $500,000 cash prize. Okay, so Jungle Boy came out at the last pay-per-view and attacked the Young Bucks. Why? I don't know. And then all of a sudden we find out he's the one who revived Luchasaurus when Luchasaurus was in the patriarchy and he was taken up for Nick Wayne because of the fact, well, because Nick Wayne, like a dumbass, hurt himself, and he was teaming with Kip Sabian against Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, because you see, they have history because Luchasaurus was getting treated like crap by Christian. So then we lost that. Then all of a sudden, they're back together with Jurassic Express. Oh, by the way, hey, Luchasaurus, you're still with the patriarchy, but we're going to have you turn on Kip Sabian. Really never finished that story, but it's okay, because Jurassic Express is back. Yay! And then we find out tonight on AEW that Jungle Boy is pretty much like, hey, man, you know what, you guys weren't there for me when you weren't, but I'm like, wait a minute, y'all kicked each other's ass on friggin' last year, and y'all were together, and you beat up Tony Khan, and then you beat up that person, this person. Y'all were a collective, cohesive unit. And then Jungle Boy lost the TNT title to Bag of Dix Garcia, and then we never saw Jungle Boy again. And now he's back to being a babyface, and now he wants to team with Kenny Omega because we have similar enemies. And I apologize for beating your ass and putting you in the hospital making a diverticulitis cake. Now here we are. Wrestledream, go. So with that being said, I am going to go just because it makes no sense, but fine. The Young Bucks, just because. Even though it is Jurassic Express's return to pay-per-view, I think they're going to continue this on to Full Gear and at World's End, because the Full Gear is another big one that's coming up. Young Bucks by cheating. Who you going, Rob?
Yeah, they absolutely. I just think because this was all in the midst of the Death Rider storyline when the Death Rider started, and everything was just an absolute clusterfuck, because you had the EVPs or the Elite, and then the Death Riders, and then they were gonna merge together, then they weren't, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then like 5 other things happened, and you had no idea what the fuck is going on. And here we are now. We still have no idea what the fuck is going on. But I've seen some like conspiracy theories online. It's just like, oh, Jungle Boy, he's still not a good guy. He revived Luchasaurus and he still has nefarious intentions. He's just gonna use Luchasaurus to get what he wants, and this, that, and the other. And it's just like, okay, that's kind of one way to spin it to make this not sound like a shit fuck ass story. But there's something there, I guess, that can be said. We don't we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know where we're going. I don't think anybody does. But for the sake of this match, I think I'm going to go with you too. I think Young Bucks got this.
But do you understand, like, if a man makes me a diverticulitis cake and puts me in the hospital, it is on fucking sight. Like, why is Kenny Omega just like, oh, Jungle Boy, we have the same enemies. I forgive you for putting me in the hospital. It's quite all right.
No, you're getting a V trigger in the dick, bro.
V trigger in the dick, yes. But you were boys with the Young Bucks. You were in the Elite and you were whipping ass and taking names. You fucking beat up Tony Khan with the stupid fucking mic thing that Tony took like a fucking dumbass. And you're fucking like feuding with Bag of Dicks. And then he lose the title to Bag of Dicks. And now all of a sudden you're babyface and you hate the Young Bucks. And it's like, what?
I think there's nefarious intentions with that Jungie boy there.
Do you also,
he's up to no good.
Do you also like the fact that he's not? Everybody was complaining, like, why isn't he back in his old attire with Jurassic Express? Why? Why does he need to go back to wearing the loincloth?
Yeah. Why? Yeah, he's not a jungle boy anymore.
He's a jungle man.
He's a jungle man.
You know what that reminds?
He's been through some shit.
You know what that reminds me of? There was a Disney Channel original movie in '99 called The 13th Year. And it turns out that the kid is a mermaid. And that's why he likes water so much. And that his mom, while he was adopted, the mom is a mermaid. So then on his 13th birthday, he starts grabbing the skin, the scales, and the gills, and the fucking tail, and the flipper. And then he's like, I'm not a mermaid, I'm a merman. And I'm like, we're really doing this? We're really doing this?
We're really doing this?
We're really doing this?
Yes.
You know who played the father in the movie?
I don't remember.
Dave Coulier. Uncle Joey.
Uncle
Joey.
Uncle Joey. Jesus.
I just remember the kid's name. The actor was Ches Starbuck. And I'm like, what a fucking name. Ches Starbuck. I'm a merman, goddammit. I'm a merman. Oh, like that infamous scene. So what you're telling me is Cody is a mermaid. Merman. Merman. Disney used to run those bumpers all the fucking time. I just remember that, man. Anyway, so these fucking stories. That's why I've been hating it, because it's like, all right, we're gonna go back to Christian Nick Wayne. Oh, by the way, now we're gonna go back to Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy just because Tony has literally fucked himself because of the fact that and booked himself into a corner because we got no Swerve. We got no Osprey. we got no Wardlow, who was supposed to go for a lot of the key people are out right now.
Yeah, he done did it. Bye, kitty.
Thank you. Yes. So as I let the cat out, literally like fucking Uncle Buck and John Candy. Who let the cat out?
Who let the cat out?
We don't have a cat. Go on, you shoot. Anyway, we'll move on to the next match. All right, we mentioned it a couple minutes ago. Chris Statlander and Timeless Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship. Let the lesbianist vibes, the kissing, the stripping, the friggin' petting on the friggin' side of her face while we're just going to lay in the middle of the ring and nobody says anything because it's Toni Storm. Like, why are we even going to question this? Because it's Toni Storm.
We're
just ripping open her friggin' thing to show her.
Tits out.
Tits out. Watch out for the shoe. Listen, the story that they're telling of if there's anybody that I would rather want to beat me, it's you. But also, if there's anybody I want to be for the title, it's you. Toni Storm and Chris Statlander have those lesbianist vibes, and they have respect for each other, but they're also competitive, and they want the women's championship. Toni Storm has said, I'm nothing without that title, so you're showcasing the importance of the title while also establishing Chris Statlander, who's worked her butt off for the last 6 years and deserves this run with the women's championship. If there's any baby face that deserves this, it's Chris, because Chris is awesome. You just gave the title to Chris, and I think it's going to be great for Toni to start getting back into the chase of things and just wanting that championship back because she's going besides herself for the fact that she wants it back. So in this particular scenario, I love it. I think it's great, but I think Chris has to win here to further along Toni Storm wanting that championship back. I got to go, Chris. Who are you going with?
100%. You got to go with Stat on this one. And by beating Toni Storm, you know, the only four-time champion?
Four-time champion, yes, sir.
That's just going to elevate Stat's, you know, place in the pecking order, you know. I mean, granted, she is champion, but this is just going to elevate her to that next echelon. So I think that definitely needs to happen. And what more can Toni do at this point? She doesn't need a title. We've said this for, you know, a while now. I mean, nobody's going to question what Tony does. She's telling stories better than probably anybody in wrestling right now. And it's just great every single week. I mean, whether we're pulling rabbits out of snatches, we're you know getting down in the middle of a ring. It's fun. I'm having fun. You're having fun. We're all having fun with Tony Storm here. So, stat for the win.
That's the thing. Again, we mentioned so many times, Tony Storm has been doing some of her best work outside of the WWE. Again, the NXT UK run was great, but when you put her in the main roster, y'all literally fucked that up. Tremendously. Statlander came from the girl who was just with the best friends and just around and the Willow Nightingale stuff, and she was the alien, and now she's coming to her own. She had that ridiculous heel turn with Stokely that went nowhere. Don't get me started on that. Pointless. But you have
just
something
like Stokely. No hose.
No, I get no hose. Top gods out. It's so great to see the evolution of Chris Statlander. Like, she has been on par from where she was, and she's really coming to her own. And also, I'm going to say this right now, I'm a little biased because I'm a Long Island guy. She's a fellow Long Islander. Came from Creative. It's a Long Islanders. It's in New York.
Yeah.
So, moving on from Stat and Tony Storm, we're going to go with another one. This one is going to be Insane in the Membrane. So, it is an I Quit match between Darby Allin and Jonathan Moxley. So, we're 50-50 on this because, yes, I want to see Darby mollywop him, but there's other people that are just like very to this and very apathetic because of the goddamn Death Riders, and they had that piece of shit bag of dicks win tonight on Collision against Orange Cassidy, and I'm like, no, Evan Wheeler, Yep, they beat Orange.
Of all people, he beat Orange.
They beat Orange and fucking Kyle O'Reilly tonight. No.
Boy, they're really trying, aren't
they? They're trying. It's not working. So we go from Darby Allin losing to the coffin match last week, and then he does the promo tonight. It's like they're in a jail fucking cell, and Darby and John Moxley are having this face-to-face, and Darby's like, I'm going to, you know what, John? There's a part of me that wants to be a part of the Death Riders, but there's also a part of me that's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to put this AEW flag over you, and I'm going to make you say I quit. Like, they had this intense stare down, and Moxley's like, you know what? I'm going to make you quit. I'm going to make you quit. You can't make me say I quit. And then Darby's like, you know what? No, you're the one who's going to be quitting. And these two just spared verbal spars. Pac beat the crap out of Darby Allin in the fucking Pac with his haircut and clothes, which is just so freaking weird to see. Beat the crap out of Darby, and then later on in Collision, John Moxley is ripping ass and taking names, and then Darby comes out beaten up, bloody friggin' head, and just like, you know what, I'm beaten up, but I'm going to come in and I'm going to take this. Then Cesaro uppercuts him, and then Darby puts the AEW flag down, and he's like, it's not too late, John, you're going to be the one to say I quit. And then John Moxley's like, you know what, fuck you, Darby, and he gives him the paradigm shift on the AEW flag that he used on Mount Everest. And it was awesome. Like, they highlighted this so perfectly. But at the same time, too, I want to see John Moxley get ripped a new asshole because I fucking hate the Death Riders. Did I mention that? We all fucking hate the Death Riders. Rob, it's been literally a year now. End it. Fucking end it.
I swear it's been 5 years, but the Death Riders had so much potential, and they fucking squandered it.
They pissed me off the first time they did it. It's like, why is he telling Tony Schiavone this isn't his company anymore? Like, does he have the wrong Tony? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what?
It just progressively got worse once we found out where all the inspiration was coming from, and with the romper stompers and whatnot, and the Neo-Nox box. It just progressively got worse, and then it didn't help that the Death Riders logo is an owl, and it looks really, really, really sus.
Hooty-hoo!
Yeah, it's a little questionable, but then again, we're just random guys on the internet, and then we start quoting, dictators, and it's just like,
but yeah, Neo-Nox Mox and the Romper Stomper gang. Look, I love John Moxley. I really do. For those that are going to be like,
absolutely.
We loved his run during the pandemic as the world champion. Helped AEW a lot. Like, he was
tremendously
fucking butt off. But then he started doing, I'm going to bleed every week. And then this started, and I'm like, bro, This ain't it. This ain't it. This is not the Bloodline. This is not the NWO. This ain't it. This ain't it. But yeah, Darby Allin for the win. Because you have to. You just got to. Go ahead, Rob.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm, getting older. That bloodlust. One of these two guys is gonna fucking kill each other.
Oh, I know, and I'm looking forward to it.
And yeah. I mean, I guess it's been a while since we've had a homicide on an AEW pay-per-view.
Well, they're going to try because last year they put the bag over Bryan Danielson's head at this event, so now we're going to do some more attempted murder.
That's true. Hopefully Darby has the flamethrower to make it quick. Hide the forks from Mox.
You mean Abdullah Mox?
Abdullah. Mox the Butcher.
Mox the Butcher, yes. Oh my God. We just put that image into everybody's head. Now he's going to have the scar up face and the fork just friggin'
It's out there in the universe now. Fuck.
So I think you're in agreement. We're both going Darby.
Mm.
Okay. Now, I will say this. Why this wasn't an Inferno match? Because this man literally has a flamethrower. He had the fucking bottle last week. He's had a taser. He's had everything out the wazoo after friggin' Moxley. But no, it's an I Quit match. Okay, sure. Okay.
And it just kind of popped into my head. Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Yes.
Just randomly tweeted one day, "Why don't you guys just have a goddamn guns and knives match?"
We're gonna get there probably.
Brody King retweeted, "I'm listening."
Well, of course, because we're gonna fucking go down the friggin' who was it? New Jack, God rest his soul, and Gypsy Joe. Fuck, if we go to that friggin' route, oh my God, remember that friggin' match? Jesus.
Yeah. And we know Anthony Khan is an ECW guy, so
yep, sure do.
Maybe we'll get there.
All right, so
hopefully we don't.
So of the two, which one's going to be New Jack and which one's going to be Vic Grimes?
Good Lord. I mean, they're so interchangeable.
That's literally, if he starts falling off the fucking balcony or scaffold, I'm done. Like, if we have a Vic Grimes again, I'm done. Okay. No. Oh, boy. Anyway, we digress. So, Rob, we are actually at the main event of this show because as I looked on AEW social media and as I refreshed the Wikipedia page and their website, nothing else has been announced. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the main event of this fine program. It is Hangman Adam Page going one-on-one with Samoa Joe for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So Hangman Adam Page wanted to be a part of the ops and said, "Hey man, Shibata's injured. You know what, let me take your place." And then we get bumped because there's a miscommunication in the match. Hands on the belt drops. "Hey man, what the fuck are you doing? Who the fuck do you think you are dropping my belt? Remember, I beat you. Don't you know that I beat you?" And then Hangman Adam Page is like, "Hey man, I'll give you a shot at Wrestledream." And Samoa Joe's like, "Hey man, I'm going to show you who the hell I am because I forgot who the hell I am when you really didn't, Samoa and Joseph, because you're 1/3 of the Trios champions, which the ops is supposed to be a badass team and you're a badass. So you really kind of negate the point of what the actual fuck you're trying to say." And then we're also going to go back to the fact, well, hey, remember that time last year at Revolution when Samoa Joe beat Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page tapped out quickly so Swerve couldn't win the title? Oh yeah, I forgot. Because you know why? Because that match got overshadowed at Revolution because everybody wanted to see Sting and Darby against the Young Bucks in Sting's retirement match. So you're going off of something for a year ago that was just kind of like out the friggin' wazoo and out your freaking mind. So we're going back to Hangman Page and Samoa Joe after a 2-week build because you need somebody for Hangman Page to wrestle. Look, it's going to be good. I'm not denying that. And I love Samoa Joe. Mm-hmm. But he ain't winning the title back. I'm going with Hangman Adam Page. Rob?
Hangy all the way. Samoa Joe just... And did he announce it today that after his contract is up, he's done?
Yep. I believe that was today. Yep.
I mean, this contract could end next week for all we know. Because we don't know. So, I mean, I don't see Samoa and Joseph winning here. Hangy did too much to get that fucking belt. He's got to go on a pretty decent run. So here's hoping to the rest of this year.
Agreed wholeheartedly. And I mean, I look at someone like Hangman Adam Page, like you mentioned, worked his butt off. Samoa Joe, I mean, here was a guy who got released after freaking doing WrestleMania in the rain, for God's sake, and doing the NXT run where he beat Karrion Kross for the title. And then he gets released, and then he's in AEW. Like, really, like, the dude could do commentary. He can wrestle. He proved that anything you give him, he works perfectly with it. And
Absolutely.
And the same with Hangman, like another guy who just, I'm happy he's finally getting a decent run. Because if you remember,
I'm sure Samoan Joseph of the Samoas, has taught some people at AEW a couple of things.
Thank you, Stevie Richards.
Maybe Stevie.
You got to throw up the bird for Stevie Richards. I'll show you. You'll see. There's a fucking throwback theme. So yeah, Samoa Joe is one of those guys. Great to learn from, like Robert said. And these two are just going to do a damn good match. But yeah, it's too soon for Hangman. And I'm sorry. First of all, we never finished the Hook storyline. And I know Hook is with Eddie Kingston now. But if you remember, Hook was pissed that they fucking kicked him out and put in Powerhouse Hobbs. So I'm like, what? Whatever. Okay, whatever. They're just gonna do what they're gonna do. So we'll see who interferes. Go ahead.
We've got so many stories that are unresolved.
That's what it is. If I was to rate AEW as a company, I would give them an I for incomplete. And I'm not talking about the Cisco track from 2000. I'm talking about incomplete, motherfucker. But that is your AEW Wrestledream predictions. We got through all 10 matches, and none have been added as of this recording. But I'm sure tomorrow, when this show goes out, or Friday, we're going to find out that there's going to be 6 more added to this fine show. So,
at least.
Yeah, so those are your predictions. And the last topic to talk about, I wanted to save this for last. Seth Rollins looks to friggin' hurt his rotator. First of all, who told Seth Rollins, like, you know what, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a coast-to-coast. Cody's going to be in the Tree of Woe, and I'm just going to fucking leap with a goddamn headbutt and fucking land on my goddamn shoulder. Seth Rollins, you fucking nut. So he comes out, and we saw him with the rotator cuff, and everybody's like, oh, come on, is he fucking swerving us again? No, he may have to have some surgery on this shit. He's going to be evaluated. So they do the thing on Raw, which they pushed early. They had to pivot because of this. Seth Rollins has got the vision, and they're beating up CM Punk, who was the new number 1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then Seth Rollins is just hanging the belt up high. And then Braun Breaker, because he's got the dog in him, spears the living shit out of Seth Rollins. And Braun's like, you're either with me or you're against me, to Bronson, because, well, let's not forget that Bronson also hates Seth Rollins deeply because of all those friggin' stomps and the fact that he came back after tsunamiing him. So he beats up Seth Rollins, and then Paul Heyman's like, I guess I'm with them now, and raises their hands. So now we have Braun Breaker at the head of this vision with Bronson Reed. Your thoughts on them pivoting, and also speedy recovery to Seth Rollins?
Kind of watching the clip, because, we obviously have heard about this shoulder injury, and you see Bronson Reed dragging Seth by his arm, which is attached to his shoulder, and I'm just like, dude, that shoulder's fucked.
Yep.
I mean, if it was bad, it's worse now. And then you got to take a tsunami on top of that.
Yeah.
That was rough, but all the chatter online all week is just like, these guys were in Seth's group, and these guys are getting more over than Seth, and this, that, and the other, and it's just like, it's exhausting to go online and be a wrestling fan.
It is, but I mean, who do you go with as well, just to like see what they do? I mean, I saw some theory of like have Brock No, you will not put Brock Lesnar with the Vision. No, hell no. We're not putting him back with Paul Heyman in the Vision. Let Braun Breaker have this fucking run. Let Braun Breaker just go. Like,
we've always talked about Braun Breaker being a Paul Heyman guy. Well, here's that opportunity.
And they did that on that EEC or that NXT with him and Carmelo Hayes. I remember.
Mm-hmm. Even if somehow, some way, and Bronson Reed is great with them, if they can somehow have Bronson Reed go on his own kind of, solo run, just leave Braun and Paul together. It'll work.
Absolutely will. And I mean, there's really a lot to see where they go from now, because the original plan for Saturday night's main event was Seth Rollins and CM Punk. So a lot of people put out into the universe, hey, because since they've been beefing, why not do CM Punk and LA Knight? Because LA Knight was the last person to pin Seth Rollins for the big
yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. That doesn't bug me in the slightest. And then you have, first of all, how friggin' pissed does Roman Reigns have to be at the Usos when he's like, I don't want to see y'all till Christmas? This man said, I don't want to see y'all till Christmas.
Y'all just gonna have to eat at your own house on Thanksgiving.
Look, I was happy that Bronson won. I really was. It was good stuff. But Christmas, Like, I need to do this on my own. People say I can't do this on my own. And then Jay's like, well, fuck you then. Like, he's back to being himself. And Jimmy's kind of like, I mean, I kind of said this. Like, hello? Like, I kind of said this. Like, you know what? But fuck me then. So I'll just sitting there like, did he say fuck me? No, he didn't say that. But it's just like, I don't want to see y'all till Christmas. I'm like, all right.
Go. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Y'all having turkey at your own house this year.
But I did also get a crack out of the fact that Dominic Mysterio took over the house shows. And CM Punk gave Dominic the Riptide, which was awesome. And then Rhea Ripley lifted him for this is what you get on house shows. It's silly and they can just go buck wild. And it was hilarious. I love that.
It's fun. And hopefully one day WWE will let them do that shit on TV. Because it'll be fun.
Did you see CM Punk's Instagram story? Y'all got to stop with the fucking airport shit.
They really do.
I mean, did you even see it came out? There was one that resurfaced to Punk even last year when he had his torn pec. He's just walking down there. He goes, hey, CM, what's going on? Can I get an autograph? He's like, is that your writing hand? And they're going down the escalator. And he goes, hey, man, what happened? He's like, you didn't hear? I tore my pec. And he's like, oh, man, I was just wondering if I could get an autograph, because, I came all the way from New York. I'm like, wait a minute. Are you traveling from New York to go to wherever they are because you want to get an autograph, or are you in the same vicinity and you decided, hey, man, I'm going to check where CM Punk is going to get off. I want to get his autograph because, that's not stalkerish or creepy at all. Like, what is wrong with you people? Just leave them alone at the goddamn airport. They got to stop.
They got to come up with something for these, men and women. That's crazy.
And look, we have been outspoken, not on this show, but in our chats about the political stuff. But to the fact that dude went up to John Cena at the goddamn airport and said, hey, man, what do you think about Trump getting the Nobel Peace Prize? And John just goes, no, thank you. No, thank you. And walked away. Because what does that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
Like, why? Why do you have to ask him a question like that? Who cares? Like, why? That has nothing to do with anything.
This man is on his... on the downswing of his WWE career, and you want to ask him some stupid shit like that? Go fuck yourself.
He's just
suck my dick. Yeet.
Three. So it's just like, bro, like you see him coming out of the airport. The guy, the respectful fan that was on the side that signed the autograph, he was cool. That was fine. But then the fucking dickhead had to ask him that question. He's like, bro, what are you doing? It reminded me of when he was getting lunch with, and that dude is just like, can you do the you can't see me? Can you do the you can't see me? And he's like, can I have some lunch with my friends and time with my friends? And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you are sorry.
You are sorry, you dickhead.
You dickhead. Put one for that one. Here's a GIF up in here. But yeah, that was the latest. And next week, y'all, we will be hopefully back with our demon lady, because there's a lot of cool stuff coming with the demon lady. Hi, Nicola! And actually, it's funny that we mentioned Nicola, because we'll actually be promoting this, because I went into the vault. Like, Robert and I have our old school shows on here on this fine channel, which thank you, YouTube. The strike is now gone, so I don't have to deal with your fucking bullshit, so thank you. I did get a warning for posting one of the old videos, but it's a warning, and I can delete shit even if it's copywritten, so fuck off, YouTube, with your warnings. I feel like freaking Notorious B.I.G. Damn, why they want to stick me for my paper? You know what I'm saying? Or Green Day. I can even go, warning, live without warning. There's a throwback for people. But no, dude, it's like Nicola and I are going to have that old school Bound for Glory 2019 predictions, which I hope y'all check out because it premieres on the channel on October 20th. And you can also hear Nicola's disdain from 2019 to 2025 for Ace Austin. And it's hilarious because I listened back to it. So Nicola has kept that same energy for 6 years, and it's absolutely wonderful to hear.
It's spite at its greatest capacity.
By the way, what the fuck is Ace Austin doing now? Freaking AEW. There's that big ass signing of AEW, boy. Freaking Ace Austin.
You didn't hear?
What's he doing?
He's in the Bang Bang Gang.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. Okay, wait a minute. So well, actually, that kind of makes sense because him and Chris Bay were the Bullet Club. That kind of makes sense.
That's exactly what I said. I said, well, that's no surprise. That makes all the sense in the world.
Okay, so I didn't hear that. So thank you for letting me know. Now that makes sense. Now that you put it out there. So what is it? Him, Juice Robinson, and the Guns?
Yeah.
That's cool. Actually,
until Joseph gets back.
Are they wrestling on Collision mostly? Because I did not see this. Was this on Collision?
I believe it was on Collision.
Why can't we put this on the main show? Like, you know. All right. So there is no other matches to predict, but I'm sure there'll be 6 added tomorrow. So next week, speaking of predictions, because we can't fucking escape this, because we do have some other shows we'll talk about in a minute, but there have been 6 matches announced. So not 10, but we're actually going to have 6, and there's not going to be more added. So next week is Halloween Havoc. The matches are JC Jane against Tatum Paxley for the NXT Women's Championship. Ricky Saints against Trick Williams for the NXT Championship. Whoop that trick. Ethan Page against El Io de Dr. Wagner Jr. for the NXT North American Championship, and a Day of the Dead match, which is a no disqualification match, but Day of the Dead, Halloween, let's go. Okay, I can feel that. Sol Ruka and Blake Monroe for the NXT Women's North American Championship. The Hardy Boys against Dark State in a rematch for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Now, boys and Dark State, and especially you, Cutler James, why you got to say it like that, man? I see you're getting close.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all, go ahead. Rob, you okay?
I saw some clips of that match.
Yeah. Don't do it. What you did in that match, I could tell they were nervous.
Oh, my God.
Bro, you almost dropped Matt Hardy. Osiris Griffin did a leg drop to nobody.
Yeah.
Did the leg drop. Okay. Boys, these gentlemen are not the Hardy Boys from 10 years ago. They are not the Hardy Boys from 20 years ago. Slow it down.
Just
a smidge. I'm sure they got a talking to, like, hey, bro, if you're going to do this, slow it down. They are not, they're older. Matt is friggin' 51 and Jeff is 48. Like, don't. Like they're older. Like, you can't be, they could still go, but they're not the Hardys of 20 years ago. Like, slow it down, guys. Like, don't go in over your heads. Yeah. Like, for real. I'm sure this will be better because I'm sure they had a talking to, but that happened. The other match that was just announced, El Grande Americano, who was not Ludwig Kaiser. Against one of these 4 gentlemen for the Speed Championship. So next week on NXT, it is Axiom versus Sean Legacy, Jasper Choi versus Zachary Wentz, and whoever wins between those 4 gentlemen in the semifinals into the finals will step up and earn a shot at El Grande Americano. So who do you want to see win? Axiom, Sean Legacy, Jasper Choi, or Zachary Wentz?
Damn, how cool would Axiom versus Wentz be?
That would be sick. If they have, I think Axiom's going to beat Legacy because I love Sean Legacy. I mean, he's great and evolved. Jasper Choi and Wentz, I would like that. I think that would be sweet too. I mean, Jasper Choi, he's still got some time to learn, and he's still a big mamma jam, and he's going to do well. But man, who do you want to see face El Grande of the 4?
Either Axiom or Wentz. I think Axiom would be cool.
Yeah, well, also Axiom is also from Spain, and also NXT UK tie-in, and he can work with Kaiser in that style. So I mean, I think that would work perfect. I'm going to go with that too as well. But we shall see next week with our 6 matches and our predictions for Halloween Havoc. Now, we may have some surprises because it's Halloween. So if y'all want to see my 2 Black Arts friends over here back in the makeup, we shall see. Rob, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking we'll have to tune in to see what the hell we do.
Hell yeah. So with that being said, with what we do, we love what we do with each and every one of these shows. Go back and check out all the past episodes. Go back and check out a lot of the cool stuff that we got, because we got some stuff coming. Our next Origin show is of the 3 faces of Su Yung, Susan, and Susie. And our next watch along, before we get to the Alexa and the Wyatt family stuff, we are going to take it back to 2002, Chyna's first match, God rest her soul, out of the WWF. Against Masahiro Chono. And if y'all have never seen this match, holy shit. It's short, but damn it, they made up the most for that time, boy. Holy shit.
Like Chyna who? What?
Like Chyna who? What?
Wow.
So we'll be into that, and then, of course, predictions next week. So, Rob, where can we follow you on the socials? And you got some stuff coming on Max Wrestling, maybe.
Holy smokes. So, funny that you bring that up, because I don't think we brought that up last time. Sorry, boys. But we are at the tail end of the promo climax over in Max Wrestling. If you're a fan of the promos, the storytelling, things of that nature, go check us out over on the Max Wrestling podcast. We are at the tail end of our promo climax event. I believe my next match at the end of the month is against one Moses Marquez. I don't think we've ever faced each other before, so this may be a first time battle. So I am looking forward to it, and hopefully Moses is as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have my glasses here, so the stat man cannot speak about it. So go over and check out the Max Wrestling YouTube page. Michael put the website down in the link. So go give the boys some love. They're doing some really cool work over there. Shout outs to the Max Wrestling champion, the Demoness.
Come to caress.
Take your soul.
Put you in a hole. She's a Demoness.
She's a Demoness. So she's the champion, and she's gonna do champion things. So keep a lookout. So if you want to follow us, if you enjoy the show, if you enjoy what we do here, if you like what we do as much as we like doing it, you can follow us over at linktree/blackheartsebd3. You'll find a link over to Mike's YouTube, our Instagram, our Facebook, our TikTok, while we still have it. No strikes pending. No strikes at all. So yeah, while we still have it, we've even got a Blue Sky that we're still trying to figure out how to work, and I like I like how that's become a gimmick week in and week out. We'll get the Blue Sky working somehow, but definitely follow us over there if you enjoy these format shows. We do have me and the boys over with the TSK, the Too Sweet Click, kicking it with the Too Sweet Click. You can check us out over at linktree/TSK, all MFN day. You'll find our YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We still have a TikTok, thankfully. Go follow us there. If you want to follow me, I've got some music stuff coming out. I've got so much music coming. It's scary. There's going to be something for everybody. If you like metal, come listen to some metal, EDM, dance music. Even got some of the boys working on some hip hop. So definitely a lot of music coming. And hopefully he is watching. I've actually written a theme song for our very own DC and his Pile Driver Pundit. So go check him out over on his YouTube. And listen to what I made for him. I think you'll like it. I hope you like it. Hope he likes it. If not, TS. But yeah, other than that, if you want to follow me, linktree/Hey, I'm Rob.
Links will be in the description. If you want to follow the Demoness, come to caress, take your soul, put you in a hole. It's Nico Mac 853 on Twitter. The link will be in the description, as well as Instagram, Demoness for our Demon Lady friend and the current Max Wrestling World Champion. Proceed with caution, like Naomi. Yes, you never know. You never know.
She just woke up.
Oh boy. Well, hi Nicola. As we're closing out the show, if you want to follow yours truly, it is SteveandMikeShow.com. Hi Steve. Steve and I will be going for the Max Wrestling World Tag Team Championships against Moses Marquez and Daniel Crimmins for the Max Wrestling Tag Team Championships and Promo Series. That's going to be fun. Steve has never done promos, so you get to see our zaniness from our podcast translated into promos. And if you want to follow this YouTube, it's S&M Network Shows. Rob, 1,384 subscribers. Keep them coming, folks. Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Ourselves a round of applause. You can check out the Steve and Mike Show. You can check out the weekly review, which just came out with Paul Morales and Daniel Crimmins, the negative Nancy's that they are. I kid, I jest. Talking about Ringing Crown Jewel in Australia. Uncages coming soon with Dan and I for season 6. Deep into the Heart of Wrestling, of course, with myself, Nicola, and Robert Davis. You also have some pop culture history podcast. You also have On the Mic with Mike and so much more. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, SM Show1 or MCL92. Now, I am very cool with Twitter, but I will say this. If you're a dickhead, I will gladly hit that block button and you can go fuck yourselves and you can suck my dick. Yeet!
Yeet!
Number 4. And you can follow me on Instagram, Larkin_92 and MLarkinMB. Rob will also be back on the LFC podcast coming soon. We're going to be doing a watch along, which I know all you LFC fans love, and Rob and I do watch alongs. So we are going to be watching back Danny Moe and Raylan from this last LFC event, that being LFC 44 Underground Knockouts from Cardiff, Wales. So we get a little international flavor? What's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor, Craig David style. So with that being said, we appreciate y'all listening to this prediction show. For Robert Davis, my name is Mike Larkin. We will see y'all in the next edition of Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling and more predictions next week. God damn it, there's so many events. It's so many hard to keep track. But damn it, somebody's got to do it. And with that being said, to the yacht!